right, here we are doing the fun show, the fun time show with old Captain Uncle Fun Time Dancing Pants McGee. Oh, what a joyous time of life this is for all of us right now. Oh, what a break. You know, kids, this show, man, we've been talking about some real heavy real world topics for a while, kids, but is that all this show is, or is it sometimes also meant to be a break? That's a real question I've been having about fiction lately. You know, but you know what? That's not what we're talking about today. Today we're gonna take a look up at the big board and we're gonna see what we're talking about today. And today, kids, we're talking about motherfucking Gremlins. You kids know what a gremlin is? We done an episode on this before? Forget it. We're doing Gremlins. Gremlins, man, they're little goblin-y doodad creatures. You know, there were a couple of movies. There was Gremlins, and then there was the sequel, Gremlins 2. There might have been a cartoon. I'm not 100% sure of that. Maybe there wasn't. I don't think there was. But there were toys, there were little action figures, and there was probably a video game or two, and gremlins, you know? So what is a gremlin? Well, in the movie, gremlins are these weird little... Gremlins go back, as far as I know, fucking, this is as much as I know, man. I didn't do no research for this show, so maybe I'm fucking wrong, man. But as far as I know, Gremlins go back to World War II. Maybe World War One, but mainly World War II. I think of them as like for fighter plane pilots. And I guess they were fighter plane pilots in World War One, but I don't know if they had gremlins. Gremlins were like when something went wrong with the plane, like, you know, like a fuel band snapped or a fucking carburizer fuse fell out or something. They'd be like, oh man, I got a good 10-4, buddy. I got a gremlin in my engine. It's taking me down. I can't shoot at the old Kaiser today. I don't know what old timey pilots used to say. Those are just words. See. So gremlins were just something, you know, it was a colloquial phrase that people used to just kind of talk about the bed bugs that were bothering their aeronautic aircrafts. And sometimes I think maybe it would be like, oh, I got a gremlin in my tank, and it spread. So then these guys made this movie. They made this movie about gremlins. You know, I mean, you can call it anything. Gremlins, the Gremlins movie could have been called Goblins, and it doesn't really change anything. It's just that people there wasn't a concrete social view as to what a gremlin was. So fucking Steven Spielberg, he's the guy who made the movie. He was able to create this whole mythology. Oh, fucking gremlins, they start out in one form called a mogwai, and if you expose them to water, there'll be a whole bunch of them. And if they're allergic to sunlight, and if you feed them after midnight, then they'll go into a weird like what is that? They go into a, what am I trying to say here? Like not a coma, but like a cocoon. They go into like a cocoon and they metamorphosize, and they go from being like a cute little fuzzy dude to these weird scaly reptile things, which are like have limited levels of self-awareness. To some degree, they're a little like wild animals, but I think they also have, like, many of them have ego and a sense of self and kind of a shared language, and they like making pop culture references, so they seem to be able to, like, just absorb things culturally. They might be some sort of a hive mind. I'm not 100% sure. But... Whoa. Oh man, you know what? I bet all the gremlins, they all came out of this one gremlin, this mogwai. That's what they're called before they become gremlins. They're called a mogwai, as this mogwai called Gizmo, and he used to watch TV all the time. So I bet him watching TV, all the other gremlins, they spread out of him, so they all knew about the things he'd watched on TV because he'd seen them. And I bet, like, all the gremlins that spawn out of an initial gremlin, they all fucking retain the initial knowledge gained by the first one. I bet. That would be my theory as to why gremlins are able to make postmodern, ironic references to media and culture that they should otherwise be unaware of. But here's the thing. It's clobbering time. Yeah, that was fun. Gremlins aren't. I don't know if this is 100% true or not, but like fucking gremlins aren't real, man. Gremlins aren't real. So like What's a fucking gremlin, man? It can be fucking anything you want it to be, man. You fucking, fucking my grandfather, he told me that gremlins were 9 feet tall. Fucking ate their own boogers and would punch through the walls of communists to beat them up. Because my grandfather was a weirdo. Other people might be of like, oh, gremlins. No, gremlins are like 2 or 3 inches tall, man. They just fucking run around. I think fucking Bugs Bunny. I think Bugs Bunny fought a gremlin at one point, man. Up in a flying around in a jet plane. I'm Bugs Bunny. That's how he talks. So this brings us back to this concept again of like a fictional character can be anything that you want it to be. You can define it however you want. Superman, you can fucking have him lifting an infinity amount of things. Fictional characters are limited only by the creativity of the people creating them, and I guess to a certain degree by the people experiencing them. Like uncreative people can't always understand creative powers, like fucking weird esoteric powers the characters have. Fucking Flex Mentalo is like that, man. He had the power of muscle memory, or muscle mystery, muscle memory, something like that. Anyway, he could do all this stuff of like it didn't really make sense. It would have a psychological influence when he flexed his muscles. Why am I talking about Flex Mentalo? What the fuck? What are we doing? This is an episode about gremlins. Gremlins. So, fucking in the first Gremlins movie, it was sort of like a kid's horror movie. And then the second movie, Gremlins 2, it was more of like a postmodern, ironic satire of the concept of movie sequels, while at the same time also being a satire of the original Gremlins movie. There are only a couple of parts in it that felt like they were trying to be a horror movie, and like Gremlins movie aren't a real fucking horror movie anyways. It's like a horror movie like for a little kid, like a 10-year-old. For a 10-year-old, it's their what am I trying to say here? It's Alien. And then Gremlins 2 would be Aliens 2? I don't know. There might be some evidence to that. I guess it's not going to be another episode. That should have been this episode. Is Gremlins 2 the aliens to Alien to the original Gremlin? Maybe. But this was just an episode about gremlins in general, like just the sort of concept of what a gremlin is. Just a little dude, little running around, fucking That's what I think gremlins sound like. They're all like... So, fuck, man, that got off the rails. What the fuck were we talking? So gremlins. They're a fictional concept. I think they used to bother pilots in one of the world wars, maybe both the world wars, but they don't really exist, which means they can be whatever you want them to be. Fucking gremlins, man. They can be fucking everything or fucking nothing, or fucking they can be little weirdo creeps. Maybe you're a little weirdo creep, huh? Get your fucking shit together, man. Don't be a weirdo creep. Don't hassle people. Just be nice. Be nice to people. Be understanding. Be compassionate. Don't be a gremlin. Gremlins are known for their lack of compassion and empathy for other people around them. Anyways, I've been Uncle Yelling Bird Dancing Dude, and this is my show where I edify you on whatever topic I think is fucking interesting to be spoken about. And today we were talking about gremlins. So thank you so much for listening, and don't forget to fucking, I don't know, tell somebody that you watched this video. Grab them by their shoulders and shake them bodily. No, don't do that. Just be nice. Just be nice to people. I'm Uncle Corncob Pipe McCoy, and I say just be nice to folks and have a great day. Bye, kids.
Okay, that's all she wrote.